Hey y'all, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Well, the Married to Medicine ladies are proving Phaedra right yet again. So I just watched the reunion. I went back and watched some of the clips again, but I've watched the reunion part one. And I'm just like, these people are proving Phaedra right. Now, Phaedra called them some demonic minions of hell and angry black women who are jealous, hateful because they're fat and funny looking. And when I tell you the cameraman was out of order for that because he was panning the camera to Heavenly and Dr. Simone, I was like, oopsie, okay, all right. It seems the cameraman knew exactly who Phaedra was talking about. Now, I will say this. When you think about the way these women acted even at the reunion, yeah, I feel like there is some truth to what Phaedra said. Now, before we get into it, hit that like button, hit that share button, and also let me know what you would rate this reunion in the comment section below. And now let's get into it. So the reunion started with Phaedra. At this point, Phaedra needs to get a check because the whole reunion started with talking about Phaedra. So, of course, Andy plays the clip. They play the clip that we hadn't seen before. Everyone is gagging. Andy's face was cracking me up. But the bottom line is Phaedra thinks the women are trash, demonic minions, fat, funny, ugly, angry black women. Oh, she didn't say ugly. Sorry, guys. But yeah, angry black women, okay? And she doesn't see a future with these ladies. She's happy to be gone, okay? And that was it. She chopped the deuces, and that was that. What I found laughable was the fact that Quad was there giggling and laughing like she's now part of the crew. I'm like, girl, last season they were trying to kick you out. Last season, you were on the out. You were telling them this season about how they tried to bury you, okay? So I don't really understand how you're so on the side of the other women. Of course, you have experienced how mean they can get. You absolutely did not like the way they treated you last season. So for you to then be sitting there, hee ha ha, it's one of those things where it's like, it's okay when she's part of the mean girl group, as long as the mean girls don't turn on her. I feel like that's what it's given. It's like, you and I can be mean to everyone else, but you can't be mean to me. That is what it is given. And I know a lot of y'all like Quad, but I personally feel like even if you don't see it for Phaedra, you know that the way in which these women treat newbies, the way in which you and the ladies treated Mariah, the way in which you guys have treated Sweet Tea for a while now, right? Now, that's not to say Sweet Tea is perfect. Sweet Tea has her shortcomings. We're going to talk about it. But I feel like for Quad to then act like she doesn't understand nothing and Phaedra is overreacting and all of that, I just think is out of order. I'm like, yeah, you're part of the Mean Girl crew. I don't like it. Now, Sweet Tea and Contessa chimed in. Sweet Tea said she feels like Phaedra didn't really fit in. I'm like, I didn't really have any friends in the group. I get it, but I think the part that makes me gag a little bit is that nobody talks about the fact that even if Phaedra knew that Apollo was coming, the fact that they brought Apollo's wife is a different situation entirely. So I don't know why everyone is acting like Phaedra is overreacting, but Quad is so upset that Sweet Tea and Greg are in the group. Why isn't anyone thinking, how would Phaedra feel in this situation? How would I feel if I was Phaedra in this situation? Instead, Jackie and Heavenly are talking about, she got played. She brought Check over there trying to play Apollo and she got played. Girl, I don't see anything on the show that gives us the impression that she got played. There is nothing that showed us the fact that she got played. Instead, what it looks like is Phaedra played all of you all by making sure that you all could not play in her face. She brought Check so that if Apollo did not fall in line, Check will check that ass, okay? I feel like that's why she brought Check. And it worked. Dr. Simone feels like it backfired. I don't think it backfired because guess what? Now, you guys are on the reunion, and this is the first thing you guys are talking about because it was a hot thing for the season. The season was so dry. The only scene that I remember was the Phaedra, Apollo, and check of it all. I'm just saying. Andy then brought up the fact that Apollo and his wife are going through a divorce. Quad then uses that opportunity to throw shade at Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg, saying that, the person does not change. They usually just swap out the women. And that was basically just trying to take a dig at Sweet Tea. Now, Sweet Tea didn't really say nothing. What I feel like is Heavenly and Quad now have an alliance. This is what I'm perceiving outside looking in. I feel like Heavenly saw how people dragged everybody for coming after Quad and trying to kick Quad off the show. And I think because of that, Heavenly decided to suck up to Quad. So it's almost like Quad is saying something, Heavenly is backing her up. I'm like, okay. I hope Quad knows that this newfound friendship is just an alliance. There is nothing more. There is no loyalty over there with Heavenly. I feel like if the audience starts to turn on Quad, she will too. It's only a matter of time. This whole Quad and Dr. Simone is wild to me. I am tired of it. I feel like they just need to go sit in different corners. They don't need to be talking to each other. I'm over it. I'm tired. It's interesting because Quad said that they're in a better place now. And I was just like, so why are we going backwards? It felt like they were in a better place. And then Quad talked about Simone saying something at the reunion that she's still working through every single day of her life. And then Dr. Simone then starts talking about how she feels like Quad should have told her about King. I'm like, girl, you guys do not talk. What makes you think that you are entitled to such information? For me, I don't really get people who don't talk to you, but then they feel like they're entitled to know something about your life. It's like, girl, we don't even be talking like that. I do not owe you a call to tell you what is happening in my life. So if we are not kicking like that, then you will not know anything about me until I'm ready to tell you. And that's okay. So I think the whole thing got pushed back again because Simone started talking about how she didn't believe she owed her an apology, and Quad said she owes her an apology. So they started bickering, and I'm just like, what is going on? I thought you guys squashed it. You guys had a good season. You guys are meant to be cool now. It's like, what is going on? And in this situation, I actually don't blame Quad because Quad then asked, she feels like something is going on here. Like, what is going on? And then Simone starts saying that Quad acts like they were ganging up against her and maltreated her. And then I'm like, okay, what is going on? Then Simone starts talking about she gave us an ass to kiss for years. I'm like, okay, so now we're back to it again. Simone, you have a problem with Quad. Whatever the problem is, you need to get help because it's getting too much. You need to let it go for your mental health. Whatever is going on, you need to let it go. You need to let it out and release and let it go because we are tired of it. We are tired of the constant conversation about Quad. Like, it's enough. Are you guys friends? Are you guys no longer friends? Like, what is it? Whatever it is, we don't care anymore. This dynamic is toxic and happens every reunion. It's almost like, Simone, are you performing for the reunion? I don't know what it is, but yeah, please give it up. That whole interaction just exhausted me because I was like, I just don't get where it's coming from. And to also see the sneak peek and then realize that it even escalates even further is shocking to me. Like, I don't understand what that dynamic is. I feel like they both need to sit down and just accept that they don't like each other. There is no relationship there. We are like oil and water. Let's just go our separate ways and be cordial within the group. I think that's the best thing to happen. I think they need to stop forcing a friendship because they clearly both do not like each other's guts, and that is okay. Stay in your side of the room. Let the other person stay on the other side of the room, okay? And keep this BS away from us. Now, Andy was pulling out all the receipts because he brought up that Sweet Tea was saying that Quad is jealous of her. Now, I don't think that Quad is jealous of Sweet Tea. I think that Quad probably feels like Sweet Tea is on her platform and shouldn't be on her platform. I think Quad feels like Sweet Tea does not deserve to be on the show. Sweet Tea, it's almost like Quad does not rate Sweet Tea. This is my opinion. Because even in the conversation, the back and forth between them, Quad was saying that she's country. Okay, and like, when did being country become an insult? Like, people like to throw that out there and be like, oh yeah, she country. Like, okay then, she country, and like, okay, and but when I say Sweet Tea ate, Sweet Tea ate, Sweet Tea ate Quad all the way up, all the way up. Now, what I need from Sweet Tea is this. She ate her up, and I love the way she ate her up, but I'm going to need her to look a little bit more unbothered when she eats somebody up, okay? Look like it ain't even that serious. Look like I'm not even putting this effort. I'm just reading you for filth. You see how Miss Phaedra, sometimes when she wants to read somebody, she just looks like, yeah, I'm not even in the mood for your nonsense. And she reads you down. That is really how I need you to be reading moving forward, okay? Because I feel like you seem a bit emotive, and sometimes people get a little bit like, if you want it to really enter and be received, I'm going to need you to look relaxed and read them down, honey. Read them down. The one thing that gagged me that I will say that Sweet Tea said was when she called Quad a Beverly Hills Billy. I'm like, oh my goodness. All right, Sweet Tea. Okay. Now, word on the street allegedly, okay, is that there is a little something going on with the Rolls Royce that Quad's man was meant to have allegedly gotten for her. Now, I'm gonna wait until something is clarified. I'm gonna wait to see how things progress, but it ain't looking good. Allegedly, okay? Now, one thing that Sweet Tea said that I will agree with is she said that Quad comes across as very fake, and I couldn't agree more. It comes across as theatrical and hella fake to me. So I'm with Sweet Tea on that one. Now, the bit I really did not get was the whole Sweet Tea and Toya. It was like, it was a lot of bickering. I didn't really understand why it had to go that far, considering Sweet Tea and Toya were good as far as I know. So it's like, what is going on? Now, I know that Sweet Tea has been doing a lot of videos and stuff, and I don't know if that is what has happened, but it was like they were taking jabs back and forth. I was like, okay, this is hella crazy. Sweet Tea talks about how Toya wanted her to come for Quad. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if it's editing, but the example they gave was Toya saying that they shared the same D. Now, is that a lie? That is not a lie. So if that's the only example, and Sweetie, you know I like you. I root for you, right? But if the only example that you can give as to why somebody, now, of course, like I said, if it's been edited out, it's been edited out. But assuming it wasn't edited out, if the only example that you can give is her saying that you both slept with the same man, that's crazy to me. Because let's be clear, you could have given examples. Toya said, when next you see Quad at this event, say this or do this, or you could have given those examples. Saying about sleeping on the same D is stating the obvious. That doesn't mean that she doesn't want you to have a relationship with Quad. So for me, I just wish that had been clarified a lot more, because if that had been clarified, then I would have appreciated some context. What exactly are you accusing Toya of? Give us some examples of what it is that Toya said to you. Because Toya generally stands in what she says. She would have just said, like, yeah, me and Quad weren't cool at the time, and so that's how I felt. But I personally think what exactly was said, because you all know how Toya speaks anyway. So is it something where did she say anything else aside you guys sleeping with the same D? What else was said? Did she just give you some heads up and say, yo, this is how Quad treated me, so I would watch out for her? That's different from saying, I wanted you to have an issue. And I think it's so important that how we interpret things, to make sure that we are not blaming other people for our actions. So that is just something I picked up on, and I was very curious about to see if they go into more detail about, but they did not. That said, I really feel like I wish that Toya and Sweet Tea will just squash whatever this is and get over it, because it's not even that deep. Now, Contessa and Heavenly is a lost cause. I wish that everybody will know that and just leave it, but I guess it's the reunion, so let's talk about it. So the whole Contessa and Heavenly, they went back and forth at some point. Heavenly refused to apologize at the end about bringing up Contessa's dead mom. Now, the thing that I think is interesting, and you guys know I've talked about it on this channel, is allegedly the rumors about Damon. Now, it's interesting that when they were asked whether they had heard the rumors, you could see from the faces of the other cast that they were well aware of these rumors. They just kept quiet because they're like, she's not bringing it on the TV show, we're not bringing it on the TV show. But Heavenly wanted to sit down there and act like there wasn't anything, there were no rumors, that she had never heard nothing and all of that. And yeah, it sounds like people are now confirming, because Simone said she had a woman say that she met Damien and he asked her for her number. And I was on a website, a blog, and I saw a comment made by somebody who said that apparently when there was a scene of a stripper scene or something, and the stripper asked for Damien's number, he just said, I can't. Not that I'm married or something like that. Now, shout out to whoever it is that said that comment. I just read it in passing. But yeah. And I'm just like, ooh, that is a word. Like, think about it, really. That is so true, isn't it? Because why would you say I can't instead of like, oh, I am a happily married man or something like that? So that is a little suspicious, okay? And the fact that Mariah, because I believe Mariah, when Mariah said, should I bring the receipts? And Mariah said that Damon asked her not to bring the receipts. I knew that there was some truth. At least I felt, or I believed, that there was some truth to the rumors. But I'm going to let y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I can't wait for the next episode, because I need to see what exactly these ladies are going to be confirming that they've heard about. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what you guys rate the reunion. I would probably rate it a 6. It's as lukewarm as the whole season of Married to Medicine. I really hope they recast, get some new people in there. I need them to stop producing and just do what they do, okay? So yes, I'm not really feeling it, but I would say I would give it a 6. But yeah, like, share, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys rate it. Also, let me know if you believe that Damien got some babies in the streets, okay? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.